Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Cruisin the Planet. I'm your host, Ethan Miller. Joined with us this week is Cole.
Hey!
And
Orion.
Orion. Welcome to the studio, Orion. You have come in at a opportune moment. Here's the deal. Orion is our recent new hire. You are the music
manager.
Music manager. You, this person right here is the whole reason that we have music on KXTR. You choose all of our songs. Is that correct?
Yes, as I take off songs that aren't popping, I guess,
noise.
and I
Yeah, generic microphone noise. Don't worry.
and I add ones that seem like they have a sustainability in the popular charts and everything.
Yeah.
So, and ones that fit, the
Music you want to listen to.
Music that you people want to listen
Exactly.
to. How much
Exactly.
of it is just TikTok songs?
Actually,
Genuine
though,
question.
I want to know.
Actually, I mean, there's a few of them, but that's it definitely doesn't go into
10%.
Question, now that
20%.
Jake is not controlling it,
I think it's
will
about
there be more?
I think it's about a 30 to 35%, maybe.
30 to 35% of TikTok songs.
That's because TikTok songs are just popular in general, though.
Yes.
That's true. They do just be blowing up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that basic interview out of the way, because you guys will get more of Orion throughout the weeks as things continue. You will become a regular to the show. We have a rule of only 2 guests or 2 co-hosts. We don't really have that many guests, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to hop in and sit around with us every so often. So you guys will get to meet Orion and their strange opinions as things move on. I want to go over the schedule real quick for this week because it's pretty relaxed. We have, as of today, I believe, a week and a day.
The 19th is when Tarleton
The 19th
goes
is when
back.
Tarleton goes back officially. So today is the 7th. I guess because time is relative and whatnot, you'll be hearing this. You are currently listening to this at like 7 p.m. or probably like 10 a.m. on a Friday. But you only have, as of listening to this, you got one more week and a Monday.
Why does it start on a Tuesday? Why
It's a
is
little
it
silly.
like
I don't know.
Sometimes it starts on the Tuesday, sometimes it's like Thursday or Wednesday, but why is it never the beginning? Not that I'm like super complaining because I don't want to go back yet.
Yeah, it sounds like you really want to go back a day
but
early, Cole.
I want to know why it's always in
I-
the middle of the week.
I have
Well,
a
you see-
hypothesis. Go ahead.
Well, Tuesday is just the worst day to start anything, in my opinion, because it's just I don't know, it's the most boring
second
day of the
Monday.
week, no matter
Uh-huh.
how you toss it. Because when you plan things, you never plan them on Tuesday.
It's never Tuesday. If Tuesday was embodied, they would probably be pretty bitter.
Y'all have a lot of hate for Tuesday. I really don't know how to balance this one out. I guess my only alternative would be my hypothesis, I guess, for why we're going up on Tuesday is because they have a set amount of days that they have to keep you out for break. Like we're allotted a
Oh.
certain number of days,
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
not just weeks. So I'm assuming it's that because sometimes we're back on a Tuesday, sometimes a Thursday, sometimes a Wednesday. It's never consistent. I found a hair tie in the studio just now.
That was like the epitome of squirrel.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
This week's video for the Friday release on our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, you can head over to our Station Shorts playlist and figure that out. Oh, cool. That Monday is MLK Day.
Oh,
Thank
Well,
you,
that makes
Lance.
a lot of sense.
thank you, boss.
Yes.
Yes.
Lance McFarlane, everybody. Station manager and a genuinely cool man.
Oh, yeah.
Noise.
A lot of interesting things that he tells me about.
Oh, yeah. He is a whirlwind of information. It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy. This week's video is going to be a return to our older style. It's kind of a video that I've always wanted to... It's the same format as the old videos because this week I wanted to take a return to the older concepts, the little more silent filmy, back when we had the old camera. But I wanted to approach it with all of our new techniques that we've learned, being able to paint people out and stuff, as well as our like new camera, being able to take better shots of certain places, better depth of field, wider camera angles. And so it's the first half is gonna feel like an old video, but then in the back half, classic modern shenanigans will ensue.
Shenanigans.
So go ahead and check that out on Friday. I don't think I'll have a link in the podcast that would work, but you just head over to our channel, go to the Station Shorts videos, or visit us again tomorrow. Aside from that, I have a couple of breaks. I wanted to talk about some New Year's resolutions. I know that technically last year didn't exist, but what are your New Year's resolutions from 2019 moving into 2021? I wanted to talk about some quarantine stuff that has hit me very seriously. Not going to get too mopey on this. Just wanted to sort of pose a question to y'all. I think we posed this in the beginning, right before everyone moved back in when we were doing those online interviews for the show. Yeah, your favorites, right?
Yep.
I loved them too, where I just sat in front of a computer screen in a dark building. But I wanted to pose a question because I've had COVID has come in very close contact to me these last couple of weeks, and I wanted to throw it out to the group, I guess, and to the audience. If you are currently in the live stream, you can give us a couple of thoughts. And then finally, I wanted to show you guys a video about Boston Dynamics robots dancing. Just like a fun little ender.
Okay.
Cool? Oh, and we can check out a new song that I have been dying to continuously watch over and over.
Is this the one that...
Yes. Oh my god. Is that Milk Bone?
Yes.
Oh my...
Milk Blood.
Milk Blood, I'm sorry.
That
You know
is
what?
a dog treat.
We'll start with it right here. So, Milk Blood. Here's the deal. Let me pull up...
No, guys, seriously, he's been talking about this around the office for the last week.
Oh my god. Yep. I swear, I haven't, seen the video or heard the song or whatever.
It's
You
great.
have-
It is
Cole.
great.
But
But
You're
it's just-
telling me...
You've now burnt me out on it. Because
it's
I've
actually
heard it
it's
so
actually
much.
pretty good.
And the
though.
thing is, I hang out with Ethan outside of work too, and he doesn't just talk about it at work.
That's not my fault, though,
Yeah, it'd be
that
your
you
fault
hang out with me.
Imagine
for dating my best friend.
Rude.
I don't know.
Alright, here, let me see if I can show this webpage in full. So, here's the video you're going to want to head over to. It's Milk Blood, Sick of Being Honest. It's a music video for the recent up-and-coming artist Milk Blood, a totally
Is that an alien?
augmented reality alien creature
Okay.
who is breaking it down nasty. It's amazing.
He is a dancing boy.
He's my weird little son. I'm quoting the music video. You gotta check it out. It's really good. Oh, it's stuck in my brain. That's my first sort of recommendation to the audience, is go check that out if you have a chance. It isn't getting as much love as I want it to. It's a combination between Trevor Henderson, the person who made Siren Head, if anyone knows the Siren Head memes.
Cat,
Yep.
all those, yeah.
Cartoon Cat, Long Horse, Little Bud, or Little Nug, Big Charlie, Upside Down Face Man. He made all of these characters.
True blue creepypasta maker.
Genuine, not creepypastas, and not SCPs. These are Trevor Henderson originals. It's back. It'll pull out those the same vein as all of the, what was it called, Slenderman.
Yes.
If
It's cryptids and
every one of us, yeah, it pulls those same level of is this real? Is this
curiosity
not?
and
Yes.
wonder and
Unease and whatnot,
Unease,
because
exactly.
what Trevor Henderson really specializes in is creating these painted characters and then using a lot of really well placed minimal effects
yeah.
to put the creature genuinely in the space.
Right.
Does a lot with lighting, does a lot with organization. Siren Head and Long Horse, Lil Nug, and the Upside Down Face Man are the top ones currently,
Oh yeah.
as well as I believe the God of Roadkill. Those are he's got a Patreon that he's working on right now if you want to go support him.
Right. I could only imagine that a still image for him probably takes him at least a week or two.
I could only imagine. I mean, first off, finding the image to place your monster into, monster design, all of it.
I mean, if he doesn't take the picture himself even.
It's genuinely enjoyable. I recommend
Yeah.
checking out Trevor's work. All of it is on Twitter. I believe you follow Slimy Swamp Ghost.
Something like that.
But Trevor created the monster who is dancing in this. I don't know if the monster's name is Milk Blood, but it is the creature that shows up in everything.
No,
Hey-
it's his name is Name Redacted.
Name redacted. Sick.
It's
even
like a
better.
Voldemort-like thing, you know?
Yeah. So the creature, the dancer, name redacted, for the artist Milk Blood. Then Trevor created the model and worked on a lot of setting up the design and whatnot. And then Casey Frey did the motion capture
Right.
for this music video and did the actual dancing. Casey Frey is known, was a Vine star, has moved on to other social media things, has always been a very prolific dancer in like dancing arts and whatnot. And so, social media personality moving into dancing like as the star for something really sick.
And of course, you can't forget about the director of
The
music
director
video,
of the
Mike
entire-
Diva. He is my favorite music video director
Yes.
because I've seen, back in 2012 when I was starting to get into music,
Mhm.
I was listening to a lot
Yeah,
of
what is your major, real quick?
music business.
Music business.
Yes,
So
it is.
Orion was moved so much by this.
Well, okay, so I started listening to a lot of that, like a lot of dubstep and stuff like that. And
A lot of
like
EDM?
Yes, EDM. Well, it was specifically dubstep at the time.
Ah.
But, I was listening to a lot of, different EDM and
Mhm.
everything. But Kill the Noise was one of my favorite artists, and Mike Diva came out with a video called Kill the Noise Part 1, and it is one of my favorite music videos ever. Because,
I've watched it. It's very, I'd say, 90s future.
Oh, yeah, it's like, if you were to think in terms of, the 90s, what they thought the future looked like,
Yes.
which is what
Zombies.
which is a lot what
Katanas.
which is a lot like what Cyberpunk 2077 thinks
Yeah.
that the future looks like and everything,
Yes.
like a neon Aeon Metropolis or something like
Yeah.
that. It's very much in that style.
It's a neon 90s future.
And,
And cyberpunk.
A more popular example of Mike Diva's music videos, of course, is Hey Panini
Yes.
by Lil Nas.
Hey Panini by Lil Nas.
Yeah.
Mike Diva specifically choreographed the multiple robots dancing scene.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find an image of that.
But yeah, he's a wonderful director. He makes I think he edits his own stuff as well.
Yes, he does a lot of his own stuff. This scene right here in the Vivo official video, those robots that follow Lil Nas,
Right.
with the dance, those are CG.
Yeah.
CG models and CG bots, which Mike Diva worked on that effect. Specifically,
Right.
I know he worked on that one. I don't know if he did any of the other parts for that, but they said that they were working on it all the way down till hour 0 of
Wow.
the effect wasn't working, things were sideways, upside down, and then right at the end it all just snapped and they printed it.
That's like going to one of those code sites when your code isn't working and you copy paste it in there and it somehow just works.
That's cheating.
I hear there's two modes of coding.
What's up?
It's working and I don't know why, and it finally works. I don't know why.
Yes. Here's all right. A little bit of a coding break, just because I'm currently going through learning a new language right now. Python 2. Haha. Why not Python 3? Because none of the courses are free. Nobody, and I mean nobody, uses comments the way that they need to. I know of 2 people who used comments properly. One of them coded in R, which is genuinely a broken system, and only God can help you there. And the other one is my best friend Andrew, who makes video games, which means no one's really going into that code to look at stuff later on, unfortunately. It's just for him, but boy does he get work done. He's currently working on an FPS system, just kind of learning how to code these sort of things. He's in college specifically to make video games at UT Dallas.
UT Dallas. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
A very well set up program they've got over there for their stuff. The closest I'm going to get to is probably automation, like with what we do here at the station,
Right.
or with my business and marketing degree, some sort of robot that collects all of your data and sends you perfectly timed ads whenever you want them. I will be the one to create the robot uprising. I mean, who better than me? Listeners, it's going to be me. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Wow.
So, go check out Milk Blood. I
Circles back around.
genuinely recommend it. It's a good song. It's a good and fun video. Cole, we can watch it right after the show if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
It is a really good video.
Now I'm curious seeing it.
It's quality. It's quality. I recommend it. Up next, we can either talk about a little bit of quarantine stuff, a little bit of COVID stuff, or we can talk about New Year's resolutions. I'm going to throw the ball to y'all real quick.
Maybe we should talk about New Year's resolutions at the end or something.
At the end?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
probably
right.
at the end.
Alrighty.
Put
Well,
the gross stuff in the middle, which is COVID.
got it. So,
Right.
COVID and quarantine. We'll start with a funny bit. I recently got a quarantine email from the college itself, which scared the bejesus out of me because it was just
I got
big,
it
bold
at
letters.
the same time too.
Quarantine email. There was a spam who was going through Tarleton trying to, I assume...
Get information?
No, it wasn't a phishing attack. I assume
Oh.
it was a denial of service attack, just a standard DOS, where they just fill up your inbox so quickly that it's unusable.
Right.
Because we received like 13 emails in an hour, that were all from like unfound sources or like really tiny amounts of data or like massive files. It would take forever to download. So like the spam bot caught them. But the reason that it gave me a heart attack was because that same day, I had just moved over into my partner's apartment where I currently am residing because Orion can back me up here. Our roommate is COVID positive.
Yes, yeah, that was fun.
Did he get back from like a family trip or something?
Hasn't confirmed anything to me. Says that
I could only assume that it's a family trip because I believe he was gone whenever I moved in.
Yes, he was gone when you moved in.
So
Just sort of popped in, and then we all got a text from our other roommate that hey, roommate D has COVID.
I actually got
Wow.
it from the source. Like I I walked in and I was like, hey, what's up, man? I'm trying to fist bump him, and he was like, I'm positive. I'm like, okay,
Oh, backing
Okay.
up, backing up.
Jeez.
sounds great. Just
Yep.
went to my room.
Yeah, before I went to move out that night, I was cooking, and me and Orion were just sort of like introducing each other to each other, sort of talking, getting to know
Right.
like what's my roommate going to be like. Also, weird sort of situation of like my roommate is also my coworker. That was just sort of a wacky situation and level of events.
It was completely on accident.
I still think they
took a-
hunted me down.
No, I
Yes,
wanted to
mhm.
take over a room because it would have bypassed, all the deposits and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I took over this one random dude's room, and it just so happens that right across from me was
Literally across the door of the living room.
literally right across.
Nice.
We're basically
Yeah.
we're basically neighbors.
Orion's got room B, I got room C.
Exactly.
It's right next to each
We're
other.
roommates and neighbors all at the same time.
Yes. And now we have a very bad situation. You've moved into the back half of it. I've been dealing with these multiple COVID scares and situations for the last 3 weeks. In fact,
Yeah. Didn't your other roommate say something about
2 weeks ago,
being exposed?
my before Christmas specifically, my roommate came back from work. They do a bank job in Fort Worth. Came back and said, "Hey, heads up! I've been exposed." Like, to a large degree. They were working with someone who was choosing not to wear a mask while at work, felt sick the whole day, then went home. Yeah.
Wow.
No.
This was the first level of it. And then my roommate sort of gets a text on Wednesday, not the Monday that the exposure happened. Hey, I tested positive just now, so you might want to, be safe.
Right.
And then they get home Wednesday night and are just panicking, freaking out, just like, So I cleaned the entire kitchen and everything, fully sanitized. They stayed in their room. The results came back on a Monday morning, I believe. We're good. Tested
Awesome,
negative.
right? Yeah.
Everyone's okay. Hasn't shown any symptoms since. We are all A-okay. Then, after Christmas, I go to hang out with my partner, Avery. We're just sort of relaxing in sort of the post, because our weekend beforehand kind of got ruined with that whole sitting inside for the weekend.
Yes.
Because if they had gotten exposed and I live here, might as well just stay in the whole week. Sort of minimize contact, but I'm not going to leave and go out because you just kind of lock it down in isolation because this is where I live. The all good came through, went to Christmas, only visited a few select choice number of people who were all good, came back. Avery did the same thing. When Avery got back, one of Avery's close relatives was in the hospital for COVID-related reasons, which turns you're at Christmas, you were around everybody. Lock it back down again. Then, a couple days later, comes out, everyone's good, it was fine, it was another thing, the x-ray was showing up as one thing, that
Yeah,
it
was
looked like COVID, it was
Yeah.
very
Well, that
complicated.
second situation was interesting because that was during when I moved in.
Yes,
I
Orion was
moved in-
moving in, and
I
I
had
was
moved
like,
in. I had my fiance there because
Yeah.
she was helping me. She was visiting for the weekend and everything.
mm-hmm.
I see him come in. I was like, "Hey," and he's like, "Yeah, hi, I gotta go in that room.
Yeah.
I might have been exposed. I was like, oh my goodness.
I'm not allowed to leave. I will only come and get food, and I'll wear a mask while doing it. Same thing that Sean is currently doing, because this could develop into something worse. And if you need to, set my room on fire. But didn't have to set my room on fire. Everything is all good.
I don't think the people would have enjoyed you setting the room on fire.
They would never.
Probably not.
They'd never catch me. Finally, we move into
This is your room.
this weekend, and I'm not living in my own apartment. Orion is living in a very reduced version of our apartment because we have a positive. Finally, it took him long enough to get a positive case within the apartment.
Yeah, we had like a solid day where we got to actually enjoy the rest of the apartment and the living room and stuff like that. We were supposed to have a movie night, but we just kind of chilled.
Yeah, just kind of sat there because I really wasn't in the mood to like sit and enjoy anything. I think we had a couple of drinks and just sort of like sat there, talked. Then eventually I had to go help my friends. But then while I was talking to my friends, I was like talking through my options of like, do I move out? Do I not? What's the whole situation? What am I dealing with here?
I think you did the best with what the situation.
I
gave
hope
you.
so.
I think so.
It just kind of sucks because I was looking through and like his symptoms seem mild. Our roommate who is positive, and looking at how mild symptoms, they take about 2 weeks to get over. And he's just kind of locked in his room with people dropping him food off from the dining hall.
Right.
So it was like very isolated.
Yeah.
I still have to, sanitize the door handle because he does have to touch
True.
that. But, I still, do everything I need to.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, what has your experience been, Cole?
Well, I kind of had the same experience that Ethan did, just because.
On the second time around?
Right.
Well, yeah, on the Avery aspect,
Mhm.
because we had all been very careful over Christmas, and Avery was under the impression that certain people had taken tests and had been negative, and it was all good. So we all kind of hung out as best we could safely.
We had a group New Year's.
Yeah, we had a group New Year's.
After work party.
Yeah, and it happened to be the night that it snowed, which was really cool.
That was very nice, actually. Yes, we
Uh,
were hanging out. Made a snowman with a little top hat.
Nice.
Yeah, we attempted a snowman, but did not have any gloves, so.
You got to get those nice like leather ones, the thin,
Yes.
maybe even deerskin.
When I was a kid, we were always unprepared for snow and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So one year, whenever snow came, my poor little family, instead of going to the store and getting gloves, my mom put socks on her hands.
Yeah,
You know what? Works.
that's the secondary.
It just gets really wet.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But
Just hang them.
me and my fiance had to quarantine until we got the okay from Avery that it turned out it was a false alarm, basically. And so that kind of ruined our weekend plans, at least.
Right.
We had planned on
You were getting wedding stuff, weren't you?
Yeah, we were gonna get some wedding stuff,
That's
and
exciting.
also just wanted to look at some flea markets for some stuff. Yeah, and that didn't work out, but that's okay.
Ended up not panning out due to a safer option.
Right.
Yeah, the most upsetting thing is that it's just been back to back to back.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just boom, 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 boom. It's gotten me really worried to the level of a heightened contact when everyone moves back into town.
Yeah.
Because here's
not
like sort of the
excited
final
about
part
that.
that I wanted to open this up into a bit of a discussion now that we've like set the mood to terrible and awful,
Turn the dial.
turning things way down.
Oh, my.
Why aren't college students wearing masks? And to the college students who are wearing masks, this obviously doesn't apply to you. You're fine. You're doing the right thing. Why do we have a bunch of other... Because Lance posed us this question earlier today as well. We notice it. We all sort of live in Stephenville for the foreseeable future. When you go to Walmart, when you go to fast food, when you go outside, people just aren't wearing masks.
Yep.
They're just not doing it. And it's mostly the like mid 30s to early 40s conservative types that you would expect, the anti-maskers, but then we also have like the 20-somethings and all of the college-age students who I think are at more of a level of like not caring.
Well, see, here's the thing with that. Like you said, it's a more conservative-minded, anti-mask kind of thing.
Right.
And a lot of people who go to Tarleton are usually from either the Stephenville or Dublin area.
Right.
because, it's right there. You might as well go right there. Fun fact, including the young people and stuff like that, Erath County, well, when I checked about, results and stuff like that, they are this is the most conservative county that I've ever, lived in. Mm-hmm. It's like a good 80% of people.
Right.
And I'm not trying to, just say that it is just those type of people who...
Right.
But at the same time, with the anti-masking, it's going to...
There's correlation.
There's correlation.
There does seem to be correlation between whether people wear masks and that perspective.
What I'm trying to say is these 20-somethings, they are influenced by their environment, by the people around them and stuff like that.
Right.
There's also a level of, well, they're not doing it, so I might as well not do it either.
That's what I was thinking, too.
That's
pure mindset.
Probably the biggest thing that's causing them to not wear masks in public.
Especially
which is strange because that would specifically puts you at higher risk.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but they don't think about it that way.
We're also thinking about
they haven't experienced COVID themselves, so they don't treat it as serious of a situation because they haven't experienced it being right around them.
And I would like to see if it's more the younger of the college students than the older. Like, take for example, you're a junior.
Right.
You're, I guess, on the older side of college, the regular college age. And we all know that people have different experiences, and we can relate to other people having been scared about COVID, having had people in their family get COVID. We understand that other people have different experiences than us, and we need to be considerate of other people. Right. But those 17, 18, 19-year-olds who haven't quite experienced truly what college is yet, and haven't experienced
They've only experienced their own hometown.
Yeah, the social realities that we have in college just don't recognize that there's something different than themselves yet. I feel like freshman year and the beginning of sophomore year is a lot about finding who you are as a person outside of your family.
Right.
But that's still very me-centered versus other people-centered.
Right.
So it could be that, and it also could be what Orion said, just the peer pressure of, well, why are you wearing a mask, dude? You don't need to.
Yeah, it's like no one else is doing it. So what's the point?
You have to be brave enough to be the outsider.
We've got social pressures. Easy.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm so sorry, but that reminds me of that Five-Finger Death Punch video that we watched yesterday. Have you seen it yet?
No.
Five-Finger Death Punch made a music video. This was back in October. Called "Living the Dream," right? Their music video for "Living the Dream." Cole, you didn't watch it?
Oh yeah.
No.
The song itself is absolutely terrible, but the video itself, it's hilarious.
Jake called it butt rock, right?
Yeah, butt rock.
Yeah, butt rock.
It's a derogatory term for things that are people who say things like nothing but rock, so they shorten it to butt rock.
I see.
It's a kind of a style of hard rock where it's
not intelligent, not really pushing what rock is about, just being awesome.
Yeah. Think the worst of AC/DC.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, we can show you that afterwards as well. We got two things to show Cole. Nice.
There you go.
No reason for us to throw them up on the actual video, but we'll throw a link in the description. One to Milk Blood, which you should watch, and one to Five-Finger Death Punch, Living the Dream, which you don't have to, but I still am trying to decode the imagery that they're throwing at us because a lot of it is genuinely conflicting.
Right, because I saw them talk about the actual scene itself, and I don't understand what they're trying to say.
I see what they're trying to say on one level, but then later on that's not working.
Right, it directly conflicts with itself, which in my opinion makes a bad music video because it's actively working against what you're trying to say. And when people don't understand what you're trying to say at all, if you're trying to make something with meaning, then you failed.
Right.
In my opinion.
There's a level of incoherentness, of conflict. And then second there's sickle and crosses or sickle and hammers. There's the American flag imagery. They've mixed them. They've put them against each other. There's, I think it's an Antifa imagery.
Oh my!
Character, the boys on the chain.
Right. It's hard to tell if that's exactly what they were going for.
I don't know if that exempt person was the was the far right or the far left.
It's
no clue.
It's super hard to tell. All that we can really chalk it up to is there's no real meaning in anything, but just trying to be shock value. I think.
Oh yeah, there's zombies and toilet paper.
That makes sense.
There's quite a lot.
There's Tide Pod eating and stuff like that. It's outdated. It's all outdated references. And
yes.
They're showing their age just a little bit.
It's incredible. It genuinely is incredible.
Oh my god, it's so terrible.
So moving past that sort of COVID thing, I guess we've got it chalked down to a level of social pressure of like, don't wear a mask, don't be a nerd. A level of individualism. And I know in Texas, that's like our biggest thing is individualism and traditionalism, which clash so much. And that's why I think Texas is genuinely evil. I can get into it in like a TED Talk form.
I don't think that inherently Texas is evil or anything.
It's
or
so
Texans
evil.
Are evil. But
Texas is evil. It is against the people.
There are just, there is way too many.
And that's not even like a socialist, communist, Republican thing. That's a level of like Texas is designed to grind people down to the bare nothing. And then the ones who survive, we praise them as heroes for surviving the system. I'm serious.
I don't know.
We love a cowboy, but we all hold to moralistic traditions that are totally unuseful and only help those that it's designed for.
I'm just saying if Texas...
That's all I learned from Texas government class.
If Texas is anything like its main NFL team, Dallas Cowboys, it's not looking good right now.
No. So, we can move into New Year's resolutions now, if we would like, now that we've filled the first half with semi-music, semi-upsetting information.
Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
New Year's resolutions. Let's take the back half of this show just to sort of move around and talk with those. Of course, moving from 2019's New Year's resolutions to 2021's New Year's resolutions, because last year, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
What?
Y'all weren't even here for half of it.
I was wondering why you said 2019 to 2021
Wow.
New Year's resolutions earlier. I didn't know if that was a mistake.
Just seen the look.
So, 2021. I understand a lot of people are really anti-New Year's resolution nowadays. They're very much like, these are a waste. These are whatever.
Well, those are usually the people that like see the people who are saying that they're going to go to the gym and like seeing them ultimately fail. They're thinking, it's just a useless thing.
Right, but that always just begs the question of nihilism. And no nihilist is ever useful. I will fight tooth and nail for that. I've been inside the nihilism groups. Y'all are the worst. You don't help a single person. Moving forward with New Year's resolutions, though.
Right.
I know a lot of people are anti them. A lot of people have come to the accepted sort of idea of like, these really aren't important. There are a lot of people who've taken that in stride of like, yeah, they're not. I'm not going to stick to these specifically because I'm not going to let one day dictate my entire year and be inflexible, but like they help me organize my thoughts and see what I really enjoy. And sometimes you like genuinely check things off of a list and it's sick. I wanted to hear some of y'all's thoughts.
I've never really done any New Year's resolutions before. I mean, obviously I've heard about them and I know some people do them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in my family we have a pretty toxic relationship with like diets and like food and such like that. So any sort of New Year's resolutions that my family would do, it was always like weight related and not in a healthy way. So
just like those harsh diets.
Yeah, so I don't really. That's all that I associate with them. So I can't do it myself. If I'm gonna do something, try to do something new, I'm going to try to do it, whether it's in the middle of the year or the beginning or the end.
Right. When you've decided it's time to do it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Or when I have the brain space to do it.
Well, here's what I've deduced about dieting in general and like working out and stuff like that. For me personally, anyway. So, for me personally, I've like tried to chase this idea where it's like, if I could just, lose a little bit of weight, I'd be a lot happier and everything. But it's really easy for me personally to lose sight of I am with someone that I love very much. I completely trust them and it doesn't seem like they care at all. So I just decided that I'm going to eat what I eat and I'm going to be happy.
I like that. I like it.
So
trying to be like more happy with yourself, I think, is really important, especially now that you've spent so much time with yourself last year.
Everyone has spent a lot of time
A
reflecting.
lot of self-reflection and just like, what am I even?
I've learned something to myself that kind of on the practice looks counter to that self-love imagery, but is genuinely useful and helpful for me. My entire sense of self on the day-to-day, if I were to check a box from 0 to 10, or like a yes/no of like, am I happy today, is whether or not I cooked today. That's it. I figured it out.
You were telling me about that the other night and everything.
Yeah, whenever I made the bone broth mixed into the
that
chicken and onion.
That was very good, by the way. I appreciate you making that for us.
I'm always I'm really glad that the bone broth helped infuse the chicken and onions really well. I was worried for a bit that it was going to turn south.
Right.
I made that bone broth a long time ago.
Yeah.
Turns out it's just cooking broth. It's not really good for drinking broth.
Right.
There are differences. There's not really differences. There's preferences. I don't prefer to drink it. I would rather cook with it because it's very vegetable-y.
Speaking of which, I made my stepmother's spaghetti last night myself too. Yeah. And it was, cooking is really nice whenever you just get into it. Don't think about anything else. You're just mixing things around. It keeps your mind occupied, and you can even have a little music off to the side. Enjoy yourself. True. So. That's what I did last night, and I loved it. The only thing that I would have rather had is just someone to share it with.
Right. That's always nice to be able to cook for people as well. But I've learned that if I was to push it down to a binary, I am happier if I have cooked.
Right.
As such, I've decided, well, if I'm going to cook, I'm gonna get taught. Like, it's a skill that you apply to things. It's not a level of like, cook this, I'm happy. I'm going to start wanting to cook more and more challenging things.
Right, of course.
Which means that I'm probably going to get more intensive into a field that I'm very afraid of, baking.
Baking! Love baking.
I am terrified of baking only because I respect it so much.
Right. It's not actually... It's not terribly difficult. It is difficult. Like a lot of cooking can sometimes be difficult.
You tell me the process for making homemade puff pastry, and then look me in the eyes and tell me it's not difficult.
Well, the thing
is,
I
was never trying to say that it's
difficult. Do you
know
how many layers?
Getting into it
right.
is not too difficult.
Cooking and baking are so different, because cooking is about, okay, I think adding this will taste better. I think adding this, just a little more of that.
Right.
But when you're talking about baking, each tiny measurement can change the outcome of your whole.
Sourdough bread was simply invented because dough was moved from one state all the way over to another state. Now we have sourdough. Simply because of the air was different. I'm serious. I'm freaking guys.
No, I totally believe you. Like, bread is just that fickle.
It is so fickle and crazy.
Pastry.
And there's so many ways to make... I mean, a genuine croissant is devastating to make.
I bet.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Yes.
Oh my.
Puff pastry. Oh my goodness. How crazy. There are people who know how to make it, are good at making it, and they say, just buy the box. Just buy the box. It's easier. It's so much easier. Baking was designed for robots to take over. That is theirs. Because it's a mess.
It is a science versus the art of cooking.
See, here's the deal. When making a pasta, when making a tomato sauce, when making a meat broth, when you're making like a stew, accidents lead to more complex and interesting flavors.
Of course.
I once accidentally turned pan-fried potatoes into pan-fried vegan bacon bits. Because I added a little too much water too quickly, and all of a sudden all the skin that was fried up started to break off, and it refried the skin and continued to like peel, like it was pulling back the layers of an onion. And so I had all these tiny little like fried and well-seasoned crunchy pieces of potato, straight up bacon bits, like almost nearly indistinguishable on the level of crunch and how tiny they were.
Nice.
I was like, oh, that's a straight up accident. I don't know if I could replicate it, but but now I get it. Like, I understand the level. You could turn from accident to science. Baking is completely unforgiving. It is the cruelest.
It's an exact science.
It is the cruelest of teachers. A little too much egg, this is going to happen. A little too much sugar, this is going to happen. A little too much flour, this is going to happen. And they all suck. And you're terrible at this. And you're covered in flour now. Idiot.
Oh my goodness.
Baking is a whole nother game. But here's the deal. Let me finish what I originally started with after I hit that baking rant. If I'm going to push myself more into baking, if I'm going to push myself more into, I'm really good at making handmade noodles. I make a homemade fettuccine alfredo that is delicious.
Nice.
If I'm going to push myself into these like extravagant meals every so often, I need to pull my daily diet back a little bit. So I've gone back to keto, the ketogenic diet or ketosis diet. A lot of people don't like it. There's in the dieting industry. This isn't me advocating for you. I did my experimentation between possible vegetarian going into pescatarian, but I don't find that to be very satisfying or fulfilling. I moved my way into a low carb. Low carb worked really well. I did a little bit of more math and science into it, like the food sciences. Keto worked perfectly for me. Keto works for me. Doesn't work for everyone else though. It genuinely.
Well,
does not.
That's the thing about diets in general. You can hate them all you want to, and trust me, my fiance hates the keto diet.
Right.
But you can hate them all you want to, but different things work for different people.
Yeah.
There's a reason it does exist.
Here's probably the best analogy I have is how does that diet work for you but not work for me? How do you have allergies to fish and I don't? You know what I mean? We're composed and react to different things differently. We're all at various level of balances. Keto works for me currently because of the way that I go through my day-to-day activities and the way that I process foods. That's simply it.
Right.
Along with my level of exercise. Keto works for me. Test it. If it doesn't work, don't do it. I know a ton of people who couldn't even get over the keto flu. There's a first few weeks of keto. You're going to lose a lot of water weight, and then you're going to go through a very lethargic period. For me, the keto flu is like a day. Maybe 2 days. A weekend. Right. So if I start my keto properly, I get over it really fast, and I'm fine.
Yeah, and you don't have to come to work with the little keto flu.
Exactly.
So
it almost doesn't. I get to sleep in for a week. Then I start losing weight. It's great. Right. I can do it while on a calorie deficit because the proteins and fats fill me up for an extended period of time because I react to protein and fat so well. I react to carbs terribly. I'll eat them all day and never feel full. So, cut out all the carbs, increase my fats and proteins, and I'm suddenly doing a lot better.
Right. That being said, would you say that baking is your New Year's resolution? You want to get into that?
No, I'm going to say keto because I want to stick through it for 2 years. I have a target weight that I want to get to. I have food challenges that I need to pass through to get to there properly without going insane. I've created a large list. I think I've talked about it to Cole a bit. The extensive list of things. I'm not looking at this from a level of I want to learn how to recreate a baked good that is keto friendly because the answer is just almond flour and sorghum, I think. Instead, what I want to do is I want to take, I want to find other dishes that work in my diet, things that I haven't learned before. I've never cooked squid. I've never cooked octopus. I've never cooked shirataki noodles. I've never really figured out, other than how to make guacamole, a good use for avocados, because avocado toast, can't have toast. So how do I really get these vegetables into my diet? One thing I'm thinking is broth. Just more interesting things of that level. I'm allowed to have coffee, so I'm not going to have any crashes like that.
Right.
I'm allowed to have milk. I'm allowed to have all those other things. I know Cole and Lee and Avery were going through a list of what about this? What about that? And I was like, no, yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah.
Do you have butter? Yes, that is literally all fat. There's
Avery was freaking out.
Yeah, they definitely were. And they were feeling really guilty when they had candy on the table, and they were just like, "You can't eat this." I was like, "No, I wasn't gonna eat it anyways because I'm not really in the candy mood." But no, I can't eat that. And they were like, "No." So, that was really fun actually. So, but I can make fudge.
Fudge.
Fudge is very
I can have
good.
walnut fudge. I can have other things that are fine. I'm not killing myself here.
Now I want some walnut fudge now that you've mentioned it.
I get to eat bacon and eggs every morning and be totally fine.
That's what we're doing. Once you get back to the apartment, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make some walnut fudge, I think.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
3 bars of chocolate, 1 can of condensed milk.
Yeah.
A couple of walnuts.
Sometimes...
it's literally so fast.
My family sometimes
have
puts
that, so
some
marshmallows
inside of their fudge.
I have it. I have the ingredients already. I
Okay.
decided on making
I
it.
don't eat walnuts, so I could just give you a bag of walnuts.
Sick.
There you go.
Gnarly.
That's great. I mean, that's less money we have to spend now.
For chips, I found a pretty easy alternative, chicharrones. I love them already. Fried pigskin. Delicious.
Right.
I mean, they need a lot of water, so they force me to have salsa with them, or queso with them, which fills me up faster. Then I can't eat a ton of them. Easy. If I need a snack to just, like, sit on the couch and be sad to, because that's where a lot of diets die out. I'm telling you right now, your diets are
You're
going to
You're telling me.
Your diets will die on your most stressful days. Jar of peanut butter.
Love peanut butter.
Let me tell you.
Peanut butter is very good. Like, that's what...
Creamy peanut butter.
That's
No,
essentially...
crunchy.
That has been my...
Peanut. You look at me. Peanut.
That has been
Okay,
my...
cool.
That has been my dinner a few times. Is just a spoonful of peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Helps
fills
the
you up.
medicine go down.
No, it's good. And the coolest thing you can tell people...
I'm gonna put it in Mary Poppins.
I think Cole's microphone isn't working anymore. Oh, no.
Oh no, there it goes.
Oh, no.
No, you're back. It's fine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's where I'm at on New Year's resolution. I'm gonna go on to keto. I want to stick to it for 2 years because I have some extra.
Make sure when you're done with that 2 years, you find find yourself a diet that like still works for you, that keeps your weight down. Because of course, when you just switch off of the diet, you're gonna gain the weight back.
Well, I've already done that. That's the problem. I started working at CC's when I moved into town, and I had to kick off of keto because I kept eating pizza at work. So I was having like high fat, high carbs, and I was getting the inverse result. So I had to just go into like a high carb diet with like no fats whatsoever. Basically, you can do one or the other. The proteins, you need them to keep your body maintained and stable, and then you can either have a lot of fats or a lot of carbs. You can't have both.
So what I'm hearing is pizza is a huge diet killer.
Pizza's a huge diet killer, unless that's already
Absolutely.
part of your diet. No, but what I will be doing is for the next 2 years, basically cooking every single one of my meals, unless I go and get like a burger, pull the buns off. You know what I mean? Like I'm still allowed to eat food. I'm allowed to eat most foods.
You're still allowed to eat food?
Yeah, actually. I don't just drink milk all day.
Huh.
But like, because of that, what I'll learn is more complicated meals and more interesting dishes to produce and to pack up, and like snacks and things that can keep better. And then when I'm done, I will have put myself through such a like challenge that any sort of adjustment that I need to make, I'll be able to.
Right.
Because I'll be at such a level of like advancement after those 2 years, and I'll be down to like 180, which I've always wanted to, because I've got some old gymnast stuff I want to pick back up for like
Fun.
personal fitness and mobility.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to be able to do a muscle up, man. I know every dude wants to do a muscle up. Every person who's like been to a gym before is that feeling that like, yeah, I could do a muscle up if I tried in my dreams. So they're crazy, but for the longest time I've always wanted to do the planche push-up into a handstand.
Wow.
It's incredibly difficult, and it's not going to be easy. I know it, all right? You don't have to get on my case about it.
But that's a
I did
goal.
not
That's
say
a goal.
anything.
Exactly.
And that's the important thing.
Exactly. So, I'm taking the very high level of New Year's resolutions.
Mhm.
I'm really pushing them up there.
Of course.
I've
But
got so
there's
much
something
to
that I've
do
wanted
this
to
year.
do. Huh?
I said I've got so much other things to
You're
do
getting
this
married.
year.
Don't sweat it. Don't compare. Hey, if you compare yourself to my New Year's resolutions, you're cheating off my test. Get out of here. Teacher.
Well, who would that be, Lance?
I guess
God.
Lance would.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Wow.
Yeah, no, just like they're my resolutions, they're not yours. I didn't set them for you, I set them for me. If somebody is able to like set a million resolutions for themselves, that means they either overcompensate their time or have a bunch of extra free time that you don't have. Don't be weird about it. Like don't compare yourself to other people. That's not your business. It's like the pessimistic version of the like very happy, like don't compare yourself to other people. Don't look at other people. It's like, nah, stay out of other people's business. That's not yours. Back off. I know a lot of people have a big issue of like comparing themselves to other people.
Yes.
I know that this is like a big problem for a lot of people. It's where all that insecurities come from
Look in the
for
mirror.
most general things.
Look in the mirror. Tell yourself you're beautiful.
Yeah.
No, I mean, even if you don't think it, just say it every day.
Yeah, positive.
You'll eventually believe yourself.
Positive affirmation works. I found that negative affirmation gets to the heart of the problem really fast. Of like, you're not ugly. And then you sit there on that and just be like, yeah, I'm not ugly. I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst. And you start at like a healthy middle.
Yeah, you can't
from
compare
there.
yourself to Johnny Depp, you know?
Wow.
Poor old Johnny Depp.
Well, I was trying to reference the fact he was a beautiful man, but that too. Let's not get too much into that one.
But
How about this? Chris Hemsworth. You can't
Okay.
compare yourself to Chris Hemsworth.
True. Not yet.
Not yet.
Same level. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. I guess Cole has to get us in a PR meeting after the show. You can show us the controversies after this, and we can show you Milk Blood.
There
So,
you go.
but really, what I was trying to get at is a level of like, you don't have to tell yourself you're the greatest thing in the world, because like, I think a comedian did this a while ago. They were like, you ever listen to someone in the comedy route who like just got told they were great by their parents? Like, y'all ever come across people like this who are just like, people think I'm like, the people who closest to me think I'm great.
Yeah.
No?
Okay, no.
Y'all haven't come across these people?
Well, I haven't come at. Not usually, because like, whenever you're down about yourself, you sometimes surround yourself by other people that are down about themselves. So like, I haven't really met anyone all that narcissistic.
Birds of a feather.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm a lizard. So, effectively, what ends up happening is like you'll meet these people, and like all their ideas are the best. They're the best at everything.
Absolutely.
They're incredibly
Yeah.
dismissive. They don't think their thoughts through very
Sorry,
fast.
you know what? I do know one person like
See?
that. I know it's my stepfather.
Oh no.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, those people usually end up being very displeasing to society. People don't like being
Well,
around them.
I mean, my stepfather's in jail. So.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, yeah, that'll do it.
There you go. Ding. So, basically what I'm getting at is these sort of people that, like, never get compared to anyone else or always putting themselves on a pedestal. That's a level of narcissism that gets you separated from the world. It's going to isolate you even further. If you really want to understand how things are, you need that, like, healthy middle. If you're too hard on yourself or someone else is too hard on you, you're going to go the opposite way. But it never helps to just give yourself, like, zero...
Zero accountability?
Not that.
Not that?
I've always found... I always like to relate it to food, because that's, like, that's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you give yourself a, like, the pure sugar version of a compliment, it doesn't mean anything in the long run.
I see.
You know what I mean? But if you give yourself a, like, for your
Were
New
you
Year...
looking for sugar-coated?
Not even that, because, like, a sugar-coated anything can taste good. You could tell... In fact, sugar-coated is more dangerous. In my family, we have a lot of yabbits. The easiest way for me to explain this. One of y'all give me a compliment on my shirt.
It's a nice color.
Yeah, but it's a little dark. I'm thinking that, it's probably just not that good, especially with, like, what I'm trying to go with the rest of the outfit.
I like your pants. It looks like the inside of a Lexus.
Yeah, but I got a stain on them, so I'm probably gonna have to either clean them or throw them out later.
Sorry, I had to throw in that.
No, yeah, you told me the other day. You was
The
like,
other day,
I like
he
your.
was wearing he was wearing the same color coat and the same color bag. I said, "You look like the inside of a Lexus, man."
Yeah,
Because that's the color they use in the interior.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
but what my family was really good at doing was yabbiting.
Right.
We were able to turn any compliment down.
Right.
I
yeah.
see.
So we ended up just insulting ourselves constantly, never to anyone else, but just to us.
It's the embodiment of that one vine. You know, remember that one where the kids, that one kid was like, "You did really good at that debate," and like it's like, "Think I wasn't really trying." It's like, "Oh my God, Becky, just take the compliment." It's great. It's great.
Yeah,
It's
basically
hard.
that.
We're not really taught to take compliments very well, though.
Yeah.
Not
So,
really,
like,
no.
sugarcoating something can be even more dangerous. But a secondary one that isn't going to help you out of a situation if you sugarcoat a lot of compliments to yourself is going, like a backhanded compliment towards yourself, where you're like, you're not looking bad today, and in the back of your head you answer that question of like, I look bad some days, though.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just saying, you look great every day, which isn't true, just notice when you give yourself a compliment, when you are doing something good,
Just
don't
give yourself
when
a
you're
simple
not.
statement. Don't attach anything to
Give it. Give it something easy.
I
Like,
am beautiful. I am beautiful.
I don't look terrible.
I don't.
Start the bar low if you feel terrible.
No, I think you should just go full, just like, I am beautiful.
Nah. Because then you're just going to overdo it.
I don't know, man. I think some people deserve to say I am beautiful.
I think that some people do deserve it.
Okay, see, but you're doing it again.
Yeah.
You noticed that?
No, yeah.
It's so
But-
so easy to slip into that.
It's so
But
easy.
Anyways, so
It's like,
we should probably
Technically, I agree with you. But I secretly don't.
so we should probably finish up the New Year's resolution bit.
Oh, we still got 4 minutes.
Basically,
what I'm really trying to get at is don't overdo your time. Don't under evaluate how much free time you truly have. That's a big problem I have. If you're sticking to some sort of diet, don't get caught up in the basics of it. Just start swapping out little things. I think the best way I was ever described it was one push-up doesn't make a workout, and then one cheat day doesn't ruin a diet.
right, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes
One
sense.
day does not affect a long term. It's law of averages there. Not the law of averages. Law of large numbers. I'm using math to make myself sound more endearing.
Ah,
No.
Why does nobody like math? All right, math
Honestly,
is good.
I mean, I liked algebra.
Math is good for
But
the brain.
I don't really like,
Using
it.
math, you can take a heart going from a defibrillated state where it's undergoing a terrible chaotic rhythm beat, hit it twice, and it immediately is going back to a birhythm.
Hey guys,
So,
do you want to know my New Year's resolution?
Yes.
what's your New Year's resolution?
Yes. Please.
My God.
Get off of hearts.
That's what you never ask. Anyway, I kind of came up with it while I was just sitting here because, like, I don't usually think about it because, like, I've
Yes.
never done a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
So
But you know what? I think a solid one to have is I think I want to discover at least one new album, like one new personal album per month. Because
Ooh.
sometimes it takes me months at a time to, like, discover one that I really, really like.
Yeah.
But, like, I want to get at, like, by doing that, I want to encourage myself to listen to more music and stuff like that and find more albums that I like. Because,
Step outside.
whenever you do find that album, it's a really great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, every so often I'll find an album, like, I'll find this album by, like, a guy called Mystery Skulls. I forgot what the album was called.
Yes.
Oh, my God. You love
Mystery Skulls is great.
All right, we're having a listen party later, but...
Yep, effectively. Yeah.
But
No.
you know what I mean, though. It's like,
If
or
you're
also
into
see,
Mystery
or also
Skulls-
discover like Daft Punk Discovery by accident and fall in love with it, like a lot of people did back in 2002.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're into Mystery Skulls, I got the top 2 albums for you. After that, I've got 2 other artists to throw you.
really
Oh, it's easy. That literally was my, like, first...
well. I listened to all of his albums, but you can go ahead and say yours anyway.
Oh, yeah. I don't have them on me. They're on my Spotify, because they're the only ones that I know about.
On your
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can walk them
Playlist?
through. Yep, on my playlists. They're on my
Anyway.
playlist. Right next to Studio Killers.
Yes. Oh my God.
Mhm.
I finally found my people.
Oh, well, there you go. Easy. Easy.
I don't ever find people who like those 2 artists like I do. So
Ah.
I wish Studio Killers would make more albums,
Yeah.
but they're just kind of on the single train right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. If they just keep making singles, they're not bad. Their music videos
Yeah.
are great. I think it's all right.
Right? Yeah.
Something else you might be interested in is Caravan Palace or Parov Stellar.
I've heard that one as well.
Awesome. We're going to have a nice roommate relationship here. Well, let
So
me...
hey, now I know if I play blast music in the shower, you won't be annoyed.
We can't hear it through the walls.
Oh, thank God.
I still don't understand how y'all's walls are.
Pretty
like-
sure they're full of meat.
That's disgusting.
That's why it smells bad.
That ain't it. Listeners, viewers, we come to a close on this here episode. If you showed up late or wish to revisit us, you can find this show on our YouTube channel, Tarleton Radio, as a video, or listen in on iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere you get podcasts. For updates about the show and other interesting things we make here at the station, follow us on all of the links in the description. This has been your episode of Cruisin the Planet, where you can find something to do in and around Stephenville every week. For now, it's just sort of enjoy music, keep listening to KXTR, keep watching our shows, and keep listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to recommend us to your friends, and if you have any questions or questions or comments, you can leave those as a review of the show if you're able to do that, and if you have any suggestions, you can ask them in the comments. This has been episode 59 of Cruisin the Planet. Welcome, Orion, to the cast of characters. We all will get a Meet Orion video coming in a couple of weeks, but for now, you can be fine with just learning the true voice of Lance McFarland. That'll be next week's episode, so make sure you set your reminders, subscribe, and set yourself up to be able to enjoy a beautiful Friday video put on by us here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.